Hey y'all, what's good? It's your girl KYP561. I'm coming in today to talk to you about this past Sunday's episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I believe this is episode 14, entitled Peaches of the Caribbean. All right, so basically we start off with everybody loading on the bus, getting ready to go to Kingston to see Peter's family. He also has some fish fry or something set up for everybody. Basically, just something just to have a good time and to get out and to see the real Jamaica. So when Cynthia finally gets on the bus, I have an audience. Okay, yeah, that's right. Get on out of here. I told you he wasn't gonna do right. Okay, so that was my grandbaby. So basically, when Cynthia gets on the bus, she kind of makes it known that she's upset because she just had this kind of like a word for word with Kenya or whatever. So she says, somebody decided to tell Kenya that I said that we weren't friends, blah, 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 whatever the fuck she said. So Sheree, I guess basically telling us, bitch, I ain't no punk bitch. I'm the one that said it, and this is exactly what I said. I told Kenya exactly what was said at the dinner as far as you saying that you guys were not best friends and this and that and the other, because that is what you said. You know what I'm saying? So, and then she followed it up. She was like, because didn't you guys think that they were best friends? Basically talking to Portia and Phaedra, and both of them was like, because that's exactly how you portrayed it, Cynthia. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, don't act like y'all was just acquaintances. Y'all was hanging out, taking trips together, doing all type of shit. So, once again, let's not act like, this was some unheard of shit about you and Kenya's friendship or whatever. So then Cynthia, she gets into this whole emotional state as to where, I just wanted to be excited about the fact that Nene is back in my life. And then she started getting like choked up and teary-eyed and shit. And I'm like, Cynthia, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, first of all, how old are we motherfuckers to still be talking about who's my best friend and who's not my best friend and all this here type of shit? Like, these are grown women, working women that have businesses, all type of shit, and y'all sitting here getting into an argument about you not my best friend or you not telling people that I'm your best friend. Like, this whole shit is just mind-boggling to me. But whatever, child. So Cynthia, she getting all emotional and shook up, and she can't hardly damn talk because she all choked up and shit. So Sheree was like, okay, well, the way that you're explaining this to us, did you explain it to Kenya that way? Because basically Cynthia gave a whole nother explanation, only because she didn't have time to think about it. She done gave a whole nother explanation about their friendship and, the guidelines of their friendship, blah, blah, bullshit. Okay, so she done spiced it up real good or whatever. So Sheree was like, okay, well, did you explain that to Kenya the way that you're explaining it to us? This bitch go say, no, because she walked out. No, bitch, she didn't get up and just walk the fuck out. You pretty much dismissed her. You know what I'm saying? She came there to talk to you, and because you had been caught up in your shit and you didn't have time enough to think of how to spin it the way that you had time to spin it now, you basically was like, are you done? Because I have to go. Peter is texting me right now. So you didn't present an opportunity to explain anything, because like I said, you was caught up in your shit, so you automatically got defensive and you dismissed Kenya. So that's part of another reason why Kenya wasn't on the bus, because bitch, I wouldn't want to get on the bus with your ass either, and act like everything is okay, because at that point, no, bitch, we not okay. You know what I'm saying? So Kenya decided to stay behind with Matt or whatever. So they went on ahead and they got on the bus. So that was cool. Kenya and Matt, they stayed behind. Kenya, if you're gonna be spending time with your man, spend time with your man. Don't be talking his motherfucking head off about your damn girl problems, your bestie problems with this man, okay? Because I don't think he gives a fuck. He seems to be attentive to what you were saying, and I'm thinking that's only because he's just getting in. So, niggas, they pay extra close attention. They're extra sensitive and, all this type of shit in the beginning. But don't make that shit no habit, because if that's the case, you should have just got your ass on the bus and sulked with them. You know what I'm saying? So, let me see. Let me see. Okay, now, Child, I got so many damn notes on here. Oh, but I was just basically saying how pathetic this shit was. But yeah, basically, once again, that shit, that little explanation that Cynthia gave, that's what the fuck she should have said that night at that dinner, and then it really wouldn't have been nothing to tell. Like it wouldn't have been anything for Sheree to go and tell or whatever. So let me see. She's talking about how excited she is, and to me, it just sounds really reminiscent of somebody talking about a man that was once in their life, and they probably drifted apart or whatever, and now they're coming back together. That's what this shit is reminiscent to me of. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had friends, close friends, and we might not be close anymore for whatever reason. I ain't never really fell out with nobody, you know what I'm saying? But it may be some people that I lost contact with or whatever the case may be. Once we get back in contact with each other, I'm not finna be just falling all out over the place wanting to have a goddamn celebration because this motherfucker's back in my life. I just think that's just this bitch is hard down crying. I just don't get it. So Nene basically said, listen, when we get back, we should all go out for drinks. I'll go and talk to Kenya or whatever, and we gonna make this shit right. Later on, Nene says basically, she wouldn't mind all three of them being friends, because once again, we were never able to figure out why the fuck Kenya and Nene fell out in the first place, which would lead us to believe that what Kenya and Marlo were saying had a little bit of truth to it. Nene, you had a problem when Marlo and Kenya started getting close with each other, because you never told us what your issue was with Kenya. You know what I'm saying? So until you could give me a valid explanation, I'm just gonna go ahead and roll with that. And yeah, that's fucked up on your behalf. Now, once again, we see Nene humbling herself, because last season when she had all these jobs, everybody seemed to be beneath her. She didn't want to be friends with none of their asses. She could give a fuck less if they ever spoke to her again, because I'm on to bigger and better things, and I don't have time for the little people. Now, once she got out there, she left the show or whatever, found out that the grass wasn't as green as she thought it was on the other side, because for one, she had been stereotyped. And for two, wasn't nobody checking for her like that, like she thought that they would be. This is my own opinion, okay? Because if you had it like that, you wouldn't even have time to come back and be taping on this shit as many episodes as you've been on here. I don't know if you're going to be on here for the remainder of the season, but your ass is on here. You done had to put in a couple of hours of taping, so I'm assuming you had a lot of free time, so but you wasn't that booked. Okay, so anyway, so she says that she's gonna go and talk to Kenya or whatever, and try and make the shit right. So they finally arrive to Kingston or whatever, and at this point we meet Peter's aunt, which he said is his dad's youngest sister, and we meet her husband or whatever, and I don't know what's going on with that. I mean, I don't know if they ain't got no TV or whatever, but she didn't even know who the fuck Peter's wife was. Child, she done went to every goddamn body but Cynthia. Okay, so they they finally got that damn straightened out or whatever, and then they took them to like a little area where they was gonna have like this seafood feast, should I say, and it looked like it was everything. I'm talking about from the fish to the lobster to the all that, child. It had my mouth over here watering, honey. I was like, child, point me in that direction, because that's where I need to be, okay? So anyway, it seemed like they had a good time. Peter was telling some stories from his childhood and, all this type of stuff. And you know what? I was just at work the other day, and I don't know how we got on the topic of black people being named Elvis, okay? Because there's somebody at my job whose name is Elvis. Okay, and when I tell you this nigga don't look nothing like no damn Elvis, like when he first started working there and I heard him talking or whatever, and when he said his name was Elvis, I was like, Elvis? Got a nigga named Elvis? Okay, whatever. So after that particular person, it's like I just kept hearing Elvis, Elvis, Elvis over, and it was always in reference to a black person's name, mainly a Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? So then when Peter fucked around and said that's what they used to call him, I don't know if he's saying that that's his real name, or if that's just a name that they called him. I didn't really catch that part, but I just thought that was real, ironic, because that's something that I had just been talking about, over the past couple of days or whatever. So, but once again, it seemed like they had a really good time. Everybody seemed to be getting along. There wasn't no shade being thrown at this point, so, that was good. So when they get back to the hotel, all of the ladies go in there on their own way, with the exception of Kenya, and then all of the fellas, they decide that they were going to meet up or whatever. So I guess Kenya, told Matt, Matt went on ahead and went down there with the guys or whatever. Kenya was like, fuck that, I'm just going to stay in the room, order me a motherfucking chicken sandwich, and wake me up when you get back. So in the meantime, Nene, like she said, she went up to Kenya's room. And she had to sit down, talk with her, and they seemed to have worked things out for the moment. So Nene did talk Kenya into coming down to the poolside with the rest of the ladies or whatever, to kick it, for the little nightcap or whatever. All right, so that's cool. So then we get over here to Peter and Greg and everybody, all the guys or whatever, down at the bar or where the fuck they was at, in the lobby, wherever. And Matt seems to automatically be on the defense. Now, part of me understands why. Because for one, you don't know none of these motherfuckers, okay? For two, you done already seen that your girlfriend is having an issue with some of the people, the members of this party. You saw how Peter came for Kenya the other night at the dinner, when he told her basically, well, get the fuck out of here if that's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So he hadn't got slick with her. You could tell that you really wasn't feeling it then. So I can kind of understand where you coming from, because you don't know how these motherfuckers finna come at you. So they seem to be asking him questions, like, we don't know anything about you, you know what I'm saying, like, what do you do, this and that, and the other. I thought the nigga was a contractor, because he's always at the house with supposedly work is supposed to be getting done on his house. Cut to find out this nigga's a personal trainer. All right, whatever. So he said he's a personal trainer. He said that he was in the Navy for 5 years, or Navy, Air Force, Navy, I think he said, for 5 years or whatever. So, they asked him, they was like, well, how old are you? And he was like, you know how old I am. Okay, well, how would he have known that? Unless he did know that, I don't know. But anyway, so Peter was like, no, I don't know. That's why I'm asking. So gonna find out he's 28. All right. Kenya, do I think that's just a little bit too young for somebody that you are clearly trying to start a relationship with, because that's all you talk about is being in a relationship, getting married, and having kids. So I don't know if a 28-year-old is someone that's ready for all of that, plus being ready for you being the motherfucker that you are. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if he is, kudos. You know what I'm saying? I know it's some mature young men out there or whatever, but I don't know. We're going to see how this plays out. I have heard rumors that Kenya is pregnant, and if she is, congratulations. You know what I'm saying? So, like they say, just take one day at a time. You can't rush it. So anyway, back to this shit. So he was like, okay, you know how old I am? Peter was like, no, I don't, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm 28. Okay, bam. So everybody got some shit to say. Old boy talking about he got jeans older than him. Greg, old ass, talking about he got shoes older than him. First of all, Greg, old, need a damn hearing aid ass. What's your name? Mac or whatever the fuck he said. And he was like, it's Matt, like Matthew. He acted like he can't hear. I'm like, oh, you just act like such a fucking old ass man. I mean, I know you're an old ass man, but you ain't gotta act like it. So anyway, they was just doing like little dumb shit. So then they asked him, did he have any kids? And he said no. Now this is what I didn't like. He said no. The first thing Greg says is, ain't nothing wrong with you, is it? Why the fuck something gotta be wrong with him because he don't have no kids? Everybody don't want to just go dropping off babies all around the motherfucking city and not being with the mother or not having a relationship with the kids. You got all these goddamn siblings all over the damn place. Half of them don't even know each other, and the majority of them don't even know your ass. You know what I'm saying? And you the goddamn daddy. So, I didn't like that he said that. I thought that was like really, you know what I'm saying? I didn't like that. But, and he didn't like it either because he was like, no, ain't nothing wrong with me. It's something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? So he's already feeling some type of way about how this shit is going. So Greg tried to turn it around and was like, okay, do you have any questions for us? So he was like, no, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, Matt, if you didn't, because I think that Greg was trying to turn it around because he kind of saw where it was going, you know what I'm saying? So I think he tried to turn it around and give you the opportunity to lead the conversation, whereas they were all leading the conversation with you. So it was almost like you against all of them. So, you know what I'm saying? But once again, I'm just going to chalk that up to you just don't know how to deal with these type of men, because you can't come at them with that street shit, all that meet me outside and come talk to me outside. Like, you can't handle these niggas like that, because they ain't even gonna take your ass serious like you see they did. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you can't handle them like that, because that ain't some shit that they own. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, Apollo had to learn that shit too, because, you know, him and Peter had got into it a couple of seasons ago when Peter said that Phaedra wasn't cute or some shit Peter said. That fucking Peter. But anyway, child, let me see here. Let me see where I'm at. Okay, so now back to the girls. Once they got Kenya out there, everybody is talking. Now they having a good kiki or whatever. They bring up Kim's husband, Chris. They bring him up. Now, I told y'all on my last video, I'm not really here for people just going in on somebody's husband and just outright calling him gay. I don't know if the man's gay or not. I told y'all on my last video that I thought that he acts a little, you know what I'm saying? But he is in the performing arts. So, you know, maybe that's just a part of his personality that he has taken on. I ain't gonna say that man gay, okay? I'm not gonna say that. And I think that it was wrong for their asses to sit up out there and talk about this man, especially when it's been some shit said about every last one of their motherfucking husbands out there. And Portia should have been the main bitch with her mouth zipped with the motherfucking key tossed, because bitch, in the midst of so many gay rumors about Cordell ass that I know your ass heard about, and you yourself even got on camera and insinuated that this man was gay. So you can't be sitting up here talking about no goddamn body else's husband like you have not once been that person, being Kim. You know what I'm saying? Like, you haven't walked in Kim's shoes. So I just felt like the nerve of you, bitch, okay? Phaedra, you don't need to be talking about no motherfucking about his husband, because bitch, your husband was all over the news when it was time for him to go to prison for stealing these damn people's money, okay? These motherfucking people's pensions checks, they damn retirement checks, the social security checks, and all type of shit. So you don't need to be talking about no goddamn about his husband, okay? And who the fuck else don't need to be talking? Nene, Greg done did some questionable shit too. Matter of fact, on the last episode, y'all was talking about something. They put the camera on Greg. Greg over there snapping. Who the fuck does that? So somebody could have said Greg was motherfucking gay. You know what I'm saying? Cynthia knew to keep her motherfucking mouth shut, because bitch, they know how bitch dogs defuck out of Peter. Okay, so you know they already done said Peter and Apollo done been, you know, doing their thing together. Okay, so I don't think that this is a can of worms that y'all necessarily want to open up, because the bitch done talked about all y'all motherfucking husbands and men at one point in time, whereas they done some questionable shit. Okay, so let's not do that. Don't talk about this woman's husband. Okay. So anyway, we see Sheree. She ain't saying nothing, but she taking it all in. Cynthia, she ain't saying nothing, and it's almost like she don't even want to hear what these motherfuckers is saying. You know what I'm saying? Because you got some people, Sheree, I ain't gonna say nothing, but I'm gonna take it all in. Then you got some people like Cynthia, like, I don't want to be involved in this shit at all, because if a bitch come back to ask me some shit, I don't even want to know that this shit was said to put me in a predicament to have to lie to somebody or to have to throw somebody under the bus. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that was that. But yeah, so then you got Kenya coming out here talking about, yeah, they call him Chrissy. Kenya, who the fuck call that man Chrissy? Don't no goddamn body call that man Chrissy. That's some shit that your motherfucking ass done went out there and then damn made up. Okay, so Phaedra was like, well, who calls him that? She talking about, I've been in the industry for over 20 years and I know people. I worked with Kim when she was doing Living Single. Okay, now somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I could have sworn that when Kim Fields was on Living Single, she was dating Overton. I can't think of what his real name is. Is it John Hinton or something like that? But I always had thought for years that I had read somewhere that those two were dating when she was on Living Single. So I don't know what the fuck going on around here, but I really don't think that they've been married all that long time. He probably is the one that she got with after her and Overton broke up. But Kenya, shut the fuck up, okay? Because I just think that you was totally out of pocket for that, because that whole shit just seemed like some bullshit to me. You know, just something that you brought up for the sake of some laughs and some conversation, when just 5 minutes ago your ass was mad with the goddamn world. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't here for you on that shit. All right. So once again, I feel like the lines were all the way crossed. You don't talk about no motherfucking about his husband. Okay, so you know, I'm not here for you on that. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so now it's time for the commercial or whatever. I think the commercial came out cute or whatever. I ain't really got too much to say about it. What the fuck do Bob be wearing? Like, Bob, I watched somebody's review, and I can't remember who it was, but they said that Bob was looking good or something to that effect. And I was like, well, maybe I missed something. So, honey, I got a whole glimpse of Bob and his whole body, and I'm still not fucking impressed, okay? I'm still ain't fucking impressed. Bob just look a hot ass motherfucking mess. This bitch look like he had on a button-up shirt with some shorts. I know that bitch had on some red socks and looked like he had on some black. They didn't necessarily look like tennis shoes to me. They looked like almost like some loafers or some, I don't fucking know, but he looked a mess. And what's going on with that hair? Sheree, bitch, you look too jazzy to have this nigga trailing behind you looking the way he looking. I ain't with that. Let me see. So, okay, and something else that I noticed as they were all getting ready to load up to go on the bus, because Cynthia got there first. Cynthia, Mallory, and I think Peter was there. All of them got there first, and then Kim and the crew or whatever. So you got everybody else. I think they went and had drinks first or whatever the case may be. When Portia came downstairs, you know, she had on like a two-piece, but she had like a cover-up over it. And I don't like the conversation that they have around these married men. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you talk about me, but Phaedra ain't got no drawers on. And I'm like, you know, like, what type of conversation is this to be having around married people? And then you prancing around with your ass all out and all that type of carrying on. Now, listen, you can wear what the fuck you want to wear, okay? But it's just certain things that you just don't do, and I don't think that they're mindful, or maybe they just have that type of relationship where it's okay for them to do that shit. I don't know. All I know is I ain't here for it, bitch. Don't ever think you gonna bounce your ass up and down and throw that ass in the circle in the presence of my husband. That shit, they ain't gonna happen. Now you ain't necessarily got to leave, but you got to get the fuck up from over here with that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just noticed that, you know, and that shit don't sit too well with me or whatever. So anyway, let me see here. So they get on the bus, and you know, they having a conversation or whatever, and then Phaedra start fucking with Kenya and Matt or whatever. I guess they found out that they went to the spa or whatever the case may be. So you know, Phaedra with her old nasty ass, you know, everything that she say is either related to food or it's related to fucking in some type of way. So, you know, I guess she was kind of trying to break the ice with Matt or whatever, but of course, once again, Matt don't know them like that. And then Kenya has the nerve to sit here and say, oh, is she flirting with my man now because hers is on cell block D or whatever the fuck it is she said. Kenya, bitch, you got some type of motherfucking nerve, bitch. As much as you openly flirted with Apollo when y'all first met, bitch, talking about how fine he was and asking Phaedra if she would give him a threesome and throwing him in the pool and all that type of shit, bitch, you ought to be glad Phaedra ain't go over there and sit on that nigga face. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got some motherfucking nerve. But I don't think that Phaedra was flirting with him at all. She was just basically being herself. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, can you get the fuck out of here with that shit? So then Kenya discovers that she's not on the call sheet. So once she discovers that she's not on the call sheet, she just basically go to ripping all this shit to shreds. Okay, all about how it's not on letterhead and it doesn't have any instructions on here. We don't know where the nearest hospital is. This is so unprofessional. La 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 la. Can you shut the fuck up? Okay, like it's all of a sudden now you got so much critiquing to do because you see your name ain't on the call sheet. But did you ever think that this call sheet was already established once you decided that you didn't want to be a part of it? Ain't nobody finna go back and redo some shit that's already done because of you, bitch. This ain't your commercial. The fuck? So anyway, child, once again, whatever. So they get out there to the commercial shoot or whatever. Kim is telling everybody their places, what they gonna be doing, this and that, and the other. Motherfucking Kenya decides that her and Matt gonna just say fuck this shit. They went and got in them a little one of them little paddle boats, banana boat or whatever you call it, and they don't paddle their ass out to sea. Okay, so they doing that or whatever, and Nene and Sheree, they pretty much noticed it. Okay, so you did all this damn hooping and hollering about Cynthia, not saying that she's your best friend and all this here. This is not best friend behavior, okay? So they come back from the paddle boat or whatever, and so now Matt is pretty much telling Kenya what went on when he was in the lobby with the dudes or whatever. So he's explaining shit to them, and it's just something in me that I don't like when men say shade. I don't like it. I don't like it. And see, this is where I say there are no lines drawn, and I believe that's why it's so easy for people to say, "Oh, he gay. That nigga said shade," or he using the lingo, or he's doing this and he's doing that. So, that's where that line gets really, 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 really thin, because it gets a little confusing. I don't know, but all I know is I don't like it. Okay, but if that's something that you want to put in your vocabulary, honey, go right on ahead and do that, So anyway, Kenya tells him that she doesn't ever want him to be that guy to where he feels like he has to invite somebody to a damn fight. You know what I'm saying? So, and he basically, before she even said anything, he had already said that he may have taken things a little bit too far. He probably was a little bit too serious or whatever. And then basically, he'll go ahead and do it right. Make it right. So then Kenya's still in hater mode. The rest of the crew is over there. They celebrating because it's a wrap. They did the commercial. The weather held off. Everything was good. Whatever. So they over there. They celebrating. They hoo. Here go Kenya. Why are they so loud over there? They need to tone it down. Bitch, what? Tone it down for what, bitch? We outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, bitch, you was such a fucking hater. But, on to that. So, anyway, Oliver shows up. Old Oliver from Miami when everybody was down here in Miami or whatever. The little dude, the little Latino dude that Portia met. So, apparently they have been FaceTiming with each other, since they met and all this and whatever. So, I guess he got some time to come to Jamaica to meet with her. Portia, for one, Oliver is cute and all, but and for two, I want you to stop trying to act like you invited Oliver here for y'all to sleep in separate rooms. Get out of here. Okay, for one, bitch, you ain't gotta try and put on for nobody, bitch. You ain't married, you ain't got no motherfucking kids, so you can do what the fuck you want to do. Okay, so don't be trying to put on for the camera, because bitch, for one, we know you a thought any goddamn way. So we don't expect anything less from you. You know what I'm saying? And hey, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because bitch, that's your thing. Do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so he came and, she talking about, oh, you got to be sleeping over here, and child, he ain't trying to hear that shit. He like, okay, this is what we doing for the camera. All right, whatever. I go ahead and do this for the camera. So, okay, now, so we get to the rap party. So, everybody is there or whatever, and, everybody mingling in their own little groups for now. And Mallory, Phaedra, and I think Cynthia was at that table, I'm not sure. So, Mallory basically asked Phaedra, are you dating or whatever? So here go Phaedra. Oh, child, no. I got to just get used to being by myself or this or that, and the other. Phaedra, get the fuck out of here, bitch. You've been dating, if that's what you want to call it. You've been doing that. But, whatever. I understand your divorce isn't final yet. And did I hear that motherfucker say, my mama said no? I don't know if I dreamed that or if that bitch said that. If you said that, Phaedra, shut up, okay? So anyway, child, so I know you still trying to put on for the good Christians down there to your mama church and all of this blah blah blah. But child, once again, honey, we don't expect much from you either in that department. I know I don't. So anyway, child, my child just walked in this room and she looked like Chicken George, okay? I ain't never seen. Lord have mercy. Let me show y'all this. Come here. Look at my boo. Look what he did. Done got in the damn powder and just done put powder. Look. Say hey. Say hello. Say hey. Say hey, YouTube. Say hello. Yeah, go clean his face. How you did that?
Don't touch the light bulb.
How you did that?
Because it probably was on my bed and he was kind of rolling around on it.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm almost done. Bye-bye. Alright, so anyway, what was I? Okay, so everybody then got together at the at this party or whatever, and they brings up Chris again. Like they were asking where's Chris or whatever. So Kim said that Chris had to leave because he's trying to get into production or something like that. So I guess he had some type of project that he's working on. But anyway, he had to leave a little early or whatever. So they go to talking about, oh yeah, he's a real cool dude and he has a lot of personality and this and that and the other. So Sheree looking around like, what the fuck is going on around here? And I was kind of the same way. But the difference is I wouldn't have never called nobody out on their shit. This motherfucking Sheree takes it upon herself to say, you know, I'm just going to keep it 100 or whatever. And just to bring it to your attention, some things were said about your husband, you know, with him either, you know, something to the effect of him being fruity or gay. Motherfucking, what your name is? Sheree. Why the fuck would you say that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck would you say that? Even Portia was like, I know this bitch is not finna throw us up under the bus. Well, yes, the fuck, that's exactly what the fuck she did. Threw all y'all asses up under the bus, in which she could do that because she did not say anything about Chris that night. Okay, so she just let y'all asses just talk, and then went back. But at least she didn't do it behind your back. The bitch sat there and did it in front of your face. Now, I know that Sheree is trying to solidify her position on this show for next season with a peach, okay? But Sheree, bitch, I've never known this to be your character, for you to be running back, you know, just telling, you know, who said what and this and that and the other. So I don't know if this is some shit that production done told you to do or what, but I don't think I don't like it. It's not a good look for you. I don't like it. Okay, so if you are back next season, which you probably will be, I'm gonna need for you to have them to fix that. Okay, because you know, first season I couldn't stand your motherfucking ass. Okay, then you kind of grew on me, you know, and I'm glad to see you back this season. But bitch, if this is the type of shit that you gonna be doing, bitch, you should just stay wherever the fuck it is that you was at. Okay, so that's where the show ended. So of course I'm assuming that that's where it's gonna pick up at next week. Now let me tell you something. If you ever want to see a bitch get out their bag, okay, talk about their motherfucking kids or talk about their motherfucking man, okay? And that's where a bitch draw the line. I know that's where the fuck I draw the line. Okay, you want to see a bitch turn into the Incredible Hulk? You want to see how a bitch go down the slide? I'll show you how a bitch go down the slide. You feel me? So I do see that they are going to start saying some of the things that they were saying. So I don't know how that shit going to come about. You know what I'm saying? However, I don't know how you would spin that and say that we were just joking. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I want to see how that shit turn out. I want to see how they get out of that one. You know what I'm saying? But that's just some shit that you just don't do. And I think that all y'all asses was out of pocket, especially like I said earlier, especially being that all y'all motherfuckers that had some shit said about y'all husbands, okay, and along the lines of them being fruity or gay. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I got for y'all for this episode. And maybe I should put a disclaimer in the title to let those know that this is a review, okay? Because I mean, I'm still trying to make sense of a comment that was left on one of my previous videos. I said I wasn't gonna say nothing about it, but I just couldn't not say anything about it. That's the purpose of us doing reviews. Like, I don't know what you thought you was gonna see or hear or whatever, I don't know, but it's a review, okay? All right, and to my new subscribers, welcome to my channel. I want to thank everybody for clicking on the video. I should have did this in the beginning. Thank everybody for clicking on the video. Hit the thumbs up button, thumbs down button, however you get it, how you live, you know. Subscribe to the channel, tell a friend, share the video, all that good stuff. So until next week, y'all, peace out.